When we go through traumatic experiences, a lot of times it can become easy to become consumed in the things that have happened to us, the things that have gone wrong, and the impact that they've had in our lives and the way that they've changed us. But I once heard a quote that I think is so powerful, and I share it with my clients all the time. Whatever it is that you're not changing is what you're choosing. So let me say that one more time. Whatever it is that you're not changing, you're choosing. When we go through a traumatic life experience, a lot of times it can be easy to crush under the pressure, to fall victim to the experiences that we have gone through. And therefore, we allow ourselves to believe and therefore internalize that what's happening to us and the outcome of it is because of what we've experienced and that there's nothing we can do about it. But the truth of the matter is, we can make changes at any given point. So whether that's you changing where you live so that you can get out of a toxic environment, whether that's you changing who's around you in your peer group so that you can have people that uplift you, inspire, and motivate you, it could possibly be changing you. And most definitely it begins there. A lot of times our world is a reflection of our thoughts. And so therefore, in order to make any significant shifts or changes in our lives, we must first change our mindset and our thoughts and our beliefs about the experience. You see, when we stay in the victim mentality and we stay bitter and upset and hurt by what's happened to us, we're not allowing ourselves to advance beyond what we're experiencing. We're not allowing ourselves to change the circumstances and the outcome of the situation, but instead we're allowing that to take over our lives. I tell people all the time that when they go through traumatic experiences, they begin to lead a life based on their hurt. Not based on their desires, not based on what they want for themselves, not based on the healed version of themselves. And when we lead a life based on our hurt, everything in our life is going to reflect that. So think about it. If you've come out of a hurtful relationship or an abusive relationship, but you're leading from a place of hurt, you're more likely to settle. You're more likely to end up in the exact same situation that you left. Maybe you've experienced some sort of sexual abuse. For you, if you lead a life based on hurt, it may be less likely that you reach out to get the support you need because you're so frustrated and so hurt that you reach out for sympathy, but you're not actually reaching out for support, which in turn helps you to be successful in the healing journey. So the question you're probably thinking is, okay, if I didn't choose what happened to me, how am I supposed to choose the outcome? And that's a wonderful question, one that I hear quite often. No, you may not have chosen the experiences that you've gone through, but you can choose the way in which you respond to it. More importantly, you can choose the way that that experience impacts you and what hold that experience has on your life. If you believe that this experience is the end of your life and this is all that life has to offer, and oh, woe, it's me and I'm a victim, then you're going to stay stuck there. But if you believe that this experience and what you have gone through is a stepping stone that can propel you in the direction of finding your purpose, finding your confidence, improving your self-esteem, or finding the success that you desire, then you're also going to find that. The best way to get free of that victim mentality and to get free of that hold that this hurt has on your life is to step into your power. So the way to step into your power is to acknowledge that at any given point in your life and in any given situation, you have a choice. I mean, you could think of like the worst experience. So maybe it is sexual abuse. You were abused as a child, and then now here you are as an adult and you're carrying that weight. You know, me as a parent, I always say, I want to raise my children to not have a childhood they have to recover from. And some of us are adults that are recovering from childhood experiences that have never been addressed. So no, you didn't choose that experience. No, you can't go back and change it as much as I wish that you could, as much as you probably wish that you could. But what you can do is choose to reframe the hold and the impact and the beliefs that this experience has on your life. And you do this by stepping into your power, acknowledging that you're only a victim if you allow yourself to believe you are, that you only have to get sympathy if you allow yourself to believe that. You only have to be embarrassed or ashamed for as long as you allow yourself that you need to believe that. But if you step into your power and that you acknowledge that you can get the support that you need, that you can make a different choice, that you can choose to do something different, that you can make any changes that are going to set you up for success, then the outcome is much better than what you're currently living. So how do you actually physically step into this power? First off, acknowledge that you have it. You have power in every single experience, circumstance, situation, whatever. You have it. The second step is to determine what that power looks like in your situation. Does that power look like shifting your mindset, changing your thoughts and your beliefs? Does it mean putting on an optimistic lens and letting yourself know that although this is a really jacked up situation and a pretty nasty and negative one, you can change it to a positive lens? Stepping into your power for you could look like stepping away from shame or embarrassment and stepping into getting the support that you need to succeed. Whatever that looks like, acknowledge what shift or change needs to take place. Otherwise, you're choosing to remain stuck. So let's review these steps. The first one is step right into that power, knowing that you have it. A lot of times people struggle there because of lack of self-esteem or lack of confidence. But the more you practice stepping into your power, even with small, minute things in your life, the easier it becomes for you to deal with the medium and the hard and the difficult things in your life. So step into that power with confidence, knowing that you have power in any and every situation. Remember, you may not have been able to control what happened to you, but you can always at least control your response and the outcome and the impact it has on you. And then the second step is to ask yourself, what power do I have in this particular situation, and how can I make those shifts and changes? And then move forward unapologetically. When you do more research on trauma and the impact it has, the truth is 9 times out of 10, it has a negative impact on the people that have experienced it in their lives. But remember, I said earlier in the video, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. And so if you adopt that belief and say, well, trauma is always going to impact me, or I'm always going to be a victim to my traumatic experience, you're choosing to become a victim. But if you adopt it and you allow yourself to remember that you may experience something traumatic, it happens to everyone, to majority of us. But it doesn't define us. I tell my clients all the time that what we experience is just one chapter in our story. No one event defines us in total. In fact, that one event could be the very thing that could propel you into a successful future if you allow it. Or that one event can be the same thing that keeps you stuck and keeps you from stepping into that future that you desire and you deserve. So let me ask you, how can you commit to stepping into your power today?